Good morning, Brian Harris here again with the Great Basin Incident Management Team, Fire Information Staff, and this is the update for today being Friday, October 9th. So we'll cover some weather aspects here real quick, but this is our day that we're looking at, and the great thing is that we do see a lot of green up here, but we don't want that to fool you at the same time. So again, green is moderate burning conditions, yellow is elevated, and red is extreme burning conditions. So when we drill in today here, you'll only see one red aspect, and that's the lack of precipitation that we expect on the fire. We do have some green up here, but overall what we've really got here is a weather system that's moving in, and what that does do to us when we look at winds, they're predicted at 10 today, but we could get gust up to about 18 or so. And that wind that's coming into the fire can have some impacts on the fire as well too. Our relative humidities are looking pretty good. Our winds are coming out of the south and the southwest. But wetting rains, we've really got nothing there with a chance of precipitation. I do want to talk real quick about this, and you probably heard on the local weather news stations that there's a chance for rain tomorrow, and it is true, but it's not very much. We've got a 60% chance of rain, but it's probably going to only be about 1/10 of an inch or so. So not enough rain that's going to have a real positive impact on the overall fire, but it will slow things down a little bit for us. Any wetting that we get out there on the fire is a benefit for us, and it gives us the opportunity to make some good progress, but not a lot of rain, unfortunately. So we'll go over to the operations briefing map now. So looking at our briefing map again for October 9th, I'll give a little bit of information about our fire right now. Our fire right now is 1,021,467 acres. So again, this is a large fire. It's 65% contained overall, and that includes the south zone down on the Mendocino, but also up around the northwest side in the Trinity, and of course here in the Shasta-Trinity National Forest as well. So 65% contained overall. You're probably familiar that we are the northeast zone of this fire, and our piece of the fire right here is 267,648 acres. That's the piece that we've got going here. Quick orientation to the map. Reading is, of course, way up there. The Piscataway area is down here in the map. We've got Highway 36 that comes through the midst of our fire here. Our breaks in the zone, this being the northeast zone, this is the South Fork of the Trinity River that goes through here. Mad River does come up through here. Some of the locations you're familiar with is Mad River right here, Post Mountain, Wildwood located here, Hay Fork up here, and this is Highway 3 that comes down through here. So let me introduce one of our deputy operations chief for what we're doing on the ground out here, and this is Britt Davis. He's going to give us a rundown of what's going on. So Britt, let's start right over here in this area, and let's tell folks what's going on with this part of the fire.
You bet. So in Division India, there's a lot of good work going on in here. We've got a primary line, which basically follows this path and ties us into the South Fork of the Trinity. This is close to being complete. It's a really good line that's really got a good design to it. Expect to have that finished by today. We're also working on an alternate line that comes off this Bear Wallow Mountain that ties into the same South Fork of the Trinity that cuts quite a bit off. There's a lot of benefit to us if we were able to cut that off. So effort going in there. Today's ops, there's a bunch of heat right up here in kind of the top of this canyon. And this has the potential to spot out, because of those southwest winds. So lots of attention going in there today. Also going to have crews coming in from the South Fork of the Trinity and working up this drainage, trying to tie it off to this check line to cut even more of it off. We've got about today and tomorrow are going to be really good days for us to get in really tight like that and go direct. But we've got a number of options out here with indirect contingency lines if that doesn't pan out.
So Britt, real quick on the contingency line that we have going out here, what does that really mean? You did mention this is a primary contingency. Maybe just a little explanation about what that is.
You bet. So basically anytime we go in here, we've got our primary line. That's the one we're really trying to hang our hat on, and that's this guy. We also create these options, we call alternatives. If weather conditions permit, it might let us go tighter, or we might have an alternative line that comes out and goes a little wide in case it gets over our primary line. When all of that fails, we create these contingency lines, and these are the ones that are They tend to be what's referred to as the big box, where there's a lot of prep going out here so that we've got something we can fall back on and it's not just starting over from scratch. So a lot of effort goes into that, but because it's a bigger box, it takes a lot longer to get in place.
Okay, and I think one of the things that you mentioned these alternate lines down here, and you can take advantage of those when you can. You know, what this really kind of drills down to, though, is what we call the fire triangle. So a triangle, if you can imagine, and with terrain being on one side, fuels being on another side, and then this other side made up of weather. So that's what Britt is talking about here. Based on the terrain that's on the ground here, the weather conditions that we expect today, and then of course the fuels that are out here too. That's what allows us to either focus really close on these areas, or if we can't get that, we've got to push back to these contingency type lines as well. So let's go ahead and move over into this area. This is just south of Post Mountain, being right here. What have we got going on here?
So, you know, we've really got three primary areas we're focusing on our piece of the fire. First one was over in Bear Wallow. The next one is this piece of line that is just south of the 36 road, or Highway 36. A lot of effort going in here to hold it up off of the highway because we do not want fire spotting out across that highway and getting established up in the Post Mountain area. There's a lot of good work that's gone into prepping essentially a contingency line in front of Post Mountain, but if fire gets established in Post Mountain, it is just, there's no real way to get in there and do some effective structure protection. And so there's a whole lot of effort into holding that piece of line.
Yeah, and Post Mountain would be an area that, really because of the lack of defensible space up there, really creates a challenge for our firefighters on the ground if that fire were to pop over here. You can see a lot of contingency dozer lines right through there, and our hope is that if our primary doesn't hold south of the 36, that our secondaries and our contingency line's going to hold, but tough piece of ground for you to defend based
Absolutely.
on the lack of defendable space.
So yeah, if you get back into that notion of a primary alternate contingency, this is our primary, this is our alternate down on 36, so it's not a lot of space. But again, there's a scale problem too, that it doesn't look like much, but that's probably a half mile between those lines. And then this really is our contingency. That's the line in the sand we can't get past.
Thanks. Let's move on down a little bit to this stretch. There's a stretch here of about 9-10 miles or so. What's happening on this? And again, this is south of Highway 36 being here. So what's happening out here, Britt?
So yesterday was the first day we actually were able to implement them, but we brought in half a battalion of Marines. And this is, one of the primary areas we've got them. Really just doing a lot of good mop up and securing this line. Just to help us not have, takes this off the table. So lots of good effort going in there, and it's really just securing it up till we get down into that what is really our first priority down here in the Beacom Creek area.
Okay, yeah, and tell us what's going on down here. So just for reference, Rob, Beacom is up here actually. This is the Beacom Creek drainage that flows down through this way. And of course, we've got this piece of fire over here. What do we have going on there, Britt?
So for a little bit of context, this finger that comes out crossed their primary line, the Alaska team's primary line, I think the day before we got here. And we've been kind of figuring it out ever since. At this point, we've got a combination of hand line and dozer line that's out kind of around the tip and down here into the middle fork of the Beacom River. And then bringing it around, we've got a complete retardant line all the way back up here to this drop point, DP 123. That retardant line won't hold on its own, but it's slowed it down enough that we've got crews and dozers in trying to complete this line as well. This is really important for us and is currently our priority for the fire because this Beacom drainage, once fire gets down in there, they have local weather phenomenon where you can get, even if you don't have a huge wind load, you can get wind just funnels down that and we'll take it straight down into the Platina Beacom area that we really don't want to get established. And that really speaks to the wind direction we've got coming in too. We've got moderated relative humidity levels, but with those southwest winds, you've just got good alignment for it to force its way out of there.
Okay, very good. So there's a fair amount of structures up in this area, both on the south side of Highway 36, but also on the north side. What do we have going on up there?
So, our first effort was to get all the structures south of that highway prepped as good as we could. Plumbed them, going in there and doing pulling away fuels from structures. We're substantially complete with that. And so now they're starting to look on the other side of the highway. You know, if it gets to that point and a fire's coming there, we're probably using that highway to hold it off. And so that's why the first effort goes into south of the highway. Now we're starting to look at the stuff north of the highway and start prep there as well.
Okay, very good. So overall, based on the weather that we've got and the fire that we've got on the ground, should the people out there, should they expect to see a bit of fire activity today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be somewhat reduced from yesterday, but the reality is we've got more wind today than we did yesterday.
Okay.
And we're gonna have more wind tomorrow than we do today. So it's really gonna be an interesting mix of, does the relative humidity come up high enough to offset the winds?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times winds will dry out fuels despite high relative humidity. So certainly a lot of potential for us for the next 2 to 4 days.
Okay. Well, thanks. That's an overall of what we've got going on in the fire for the August complex, the northeast zone. We do have approximately 1,200 to 1,300 personnel that are assigned here. Thanks very much for the information on what exactly all of our folks are doing out there today. So
You bet.
if you need additional information, please do call our fire information line, but also visit our INSA web page for the August complex.